Hi and welcome to another episode of Suave podcast with Divyaa Advaani. Today on my show, I have a man with me who is the ace in his field, Mr. P.N. Shetty. Hello, Mr. P.N. Shetty. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure having you here.
Yes, Divya. Pleasure.
So, Mr. P.N. Shetty is the founder of Rupeeboss, and let's hear it from the man himself about how he started and why did he start this, and how did he reach where he is today. So, sir, please tell us about how your journey has been so far, and how did you start, and why did you start this specific platform?
Yes, so we started Rupeeboss in the year 2016. I was in the MSME loan space for the last say 25 year plus now, and what I understood is there is a lot of opportunity in MSME space where they need handholding, and there is a lot of demand for MSME loans, and there is no large credible distribution house which is catering to demand of these MSMEs nationally.
Right.
So that's why we thought of building a national corporate loan distributor which will work with all the banks and NBFs in the country and take their product to the MSME depending on their need.
That's amazing. But then why did you think of this specific platform? You come from a background of this field, but then why did you want to start your own firm, and what drove you towards helping these MSMEs?
So I came to Mumbai in 1995 and worked for one distribution house for about 20 plus years. Then I thought, and they were doing all the products, and I thought there is a big opportunity to build a large organization specific to MSMEs. So, and for my passion is people. I love working with customers and people both. I would like to build people's career. I enjoy that. So I keep telling my team I spent say 28 years. It looks like 28 months for me. Right?
Lovely.
So job is a picnic, or this work is a picnic. Every day I enjoy this. I look forward to Monday morning.
Right.
So it gives me high when I see employees performing and they reach next level. It feels good. At the same time, a lot of customers actually, since we are in MSME lending, suppose if I give say 5 crore rupees MSME loan, his business will go up by 20 crore. So they grow. So
Right.
Our work has also meaning. We are doing business, and it actually helps the marketplace.
Right. So talking about what you just now said, you like to train people, you like to see them grow. There would also be times that people who are joining you, there would be times that they would leave after a certain time frame. So how do you look at that? Because you're investing your time in that specific person, training them over a couple of things, and this is happening very frequently in our markets these days, and the job markets are going real bad because of this reason. So how do you cater with that specific thing?
I think this is a big challenge. But then I think I look at it in different. Initially, I used to get frustrated with employee churning. Then I thought we have a specific concept called make it personal. So if people quit means what? There's something wrong in my organization and in me, right? So I can't blame anybody else or anybody for that people quitting. So there may be something which we are not doing right. So that whatever he or she is not getting here, maybe looking for that outside and they are going. But we have a lot of employees who are with us for the last, even though our company is 8-year-old, but the team is say 20 year plus, because a lot of people moved from earlier organization to this company. So I have a lot of managers with me for the last 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. At least we must be having 100 people more than 2 year plus in the organization. So that way, good people don't leave us.
Right.
And since they are growing and they're doing well, even if the people go elsewhere. So good thing is they are becoming a brand ambassador. They actually go and talk something good about Rupeeboss.
Correct.
And that helps. So in most of the organizations, ex Rupeeboss employees are there today. So obviously they'll spread the good word about us. It's okay. I think we are contributing to the other companies to have good quality people.
That's lovely. That's a lovely way to look at it.
Yeah.
Also, you mentioned about providing loans to companies who are just small scale, and they're starting off and from 20 lakh going to 2 crores and more than that. So have there been any times that you have lent money to somebody but over a period of time things haven't worked out in the favor and it works across as a bad debt. So how do you deal with those situations?
There are very few cases because the way we work is we are not a aggregator. We are a MSME focused direct business. So we meet our customers in their offices personally. The quality of cases are good with us. That's why even banks and NBFCs appreciate us for the same because we have met the customer. If you're an aggregator, you don't know who the customer is because some agent is giving you file and that is going to bank. You don't know who the
Right.
customer is. In our case, we know them, and that's why the delinquency levels are very low with us. But yes, there will be one or two cases which goes bad, but those are genuine cases where it's not, you can't say that it's customer at fault. Some businesses fail, right? That's
Right.
natural. It's not intentional. It's not that idea was not to take a money and run away. The MSME tried its level best to make it a success, but market forces, competition, a lot of things which contributed to maybe not having a right team there, because MSMEs are passionate,
Right.
but if they should get passionate employees too, right? That's when the team is formed, then the business grows. But as of touchwood, we don't have such a huge issue on delinquency as such, or portfolio is doing really well because we don't get calls from the bank saying that
Right.
your customer is not paying EMIs.
That's nice. That's good to know.
Yeah.
But then, talking about these customers, you mentioned that you study each customer personally. You meet people on a one-on-one basis. So, how much time does it usually take you to understand one entire company and the working? Because, of course, if you're lending money to somebody, you would also work across what is the business model and what are the things that they're looking for, and how much is a good amount of money that you can lend over to them. So, how much time does it usually take you to do all of this?
Okay, so we are not a lender ourselves, right? We are a distributor for 100 plus banks and NBFCs. Our job is to give right quality files to the bank. And the product that we are doing is unsecured business loans, home loans, loan against property, ODCC, and all these products are like standard products, which is delivered to the customer based on their last 3 year financials. So it's readily available with the customer. So we are not majorly into project loans where it is done based future projections. Then there's a lot of work to be done. Here, more the 95% of business happens on what he has done for the last 3 years and how his
Okay.
credit scoring has been. So that is easy. Those documents are available with this finance head. So we get those. And to understand, since we are in the business for the last, say, 20, 25 years, by going through his banking, GST returns and financials, his P&L, we would know approximately how much business he can get.
Right.
We can do that in about 30 to 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour. We will know exactly where this file can fit in. But the entire process may take about 1 week to 1 month, depending on how much customer is cooperating with us in terms of documentations. And it's between, say, 7 days to 30 days, the loan get disbursed.
So apart from this, is there anything else anything specific that you look for while you study your company's profile?
So we look at where the end user is going to be. If he takes the money, is he putting that entire money in the current business, or is he diverting? If he's going to, if he's running a, say, 2-3 crore business, and if he's going to venture out to one more business and he's going to put that money there, then it's an alarm bell for us because we don't know what if that fails, then he'll have a
Right.
problem here. So that's what we look forward to. As long as he's investing in the same business, expanding his offices, maybe setting up one more factory, and increasing distribution in the country. As long as the business money is going to be used for the current business, and that anyway that will generate revenue too, right? He'll pay
Correct.
the EMI too. The risk is sometimes if they spread thin, if they get into multiple businesses without knowing those business, one without stabilizing one business, if he gets to second business, that's when they fail. So we are a bit careful about that.
So talking about unsecured loans, when you tell people about the unsecured loans that are available, the options that are available out there, what about people who don't know about it and really are in need of it? So how can those people work around it?
I think it's a very good product in today's marketplace. You have attained certain turnover, and you already given certain collateral to your bank, but you're growing fast. You need 1 crore more, 2 crore rupees more. Your existing banker is asking for additional collateral, which you may not have all the time. So then And in such situation, and if your margin is good in your business, and if you want to grow fast, then you can take unsecured business loan from banks and NBFCs. You can take 1 crore rupees loan, you can take 2 crore rupees loan, you can take 3 crore rupees loan without any collateral. And this will be a 3 to 4 year term loan. Interest cost will be varying from say 15.5% to say 19%, and it will be a 3 to 4 year term loan. And it is pretty fast. In about 15 days time, 10 to 15 days time, money in your account. So then you
Right.
can grow the business.
Uh-huh.
So it's a very good product which is available in the country today, and a lot of MSMEs are utilizing it, and they're growing because of that. Only thing is, you should not take unsecured business loan for any new business that you're going to start. If your current business is doing well, if the margin is good, and if your turnover is going to grow big, and you're going to have large distribution thing for taking this unsecured business loan, then you should go for it.
Right. So when you talk about these interest percentage and the loans that one should be going for, many people also fear that, the interest rates are too high and that might not work for their business. So how can one work around with that?
Yeah, I think this is one thing which we do really well. What we train our employees to do loan audit. So what we tell MSMEs is keep doing loan audit every 6 months. Just check what is the rate of interest you are paying, what is the current market rate in the marketplace today. Your existing bankers may be charging 0.5 to 2% more than the market rate which is available today. What you should do, you should go back to your bank and tell them that so and so bank is offering loan against property at this rate, ODCs at this rate, unsecured loan at this rate. So can you please reduce my rate of interest? Suppose if they don't do it, then they should approach people like us, Rupeeboss. So we'll go and do the audit, and we'll tell them that say loan against property is available today at 9.25. Your home loan is available at say 8.4, 8.5%. ODC is available at 9% maybe. So if your current bank is not doing it, we will arrange a new bank for you so that you can get that 1 to 2% interest rate saving, and that becomes a huge saving in your
Of course,
P&L.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then talking about this and educating the viewers about how they should be coming to you for specific things and how there can be chances of reducing the interest loan. There also would be certain subsidies or any government related stuff that the government would be providing basically to the MSMEs, right? So what is that one specific thing or some things that an MSME should know about the government schemes?
I think government is supporting in one scheme in a large way through SIDBI is CGT SME scheme, where you can take unsecured loan from 1 crore to 5 crore without any collateral.
Oh wow.
In fact, even now they are even if you're having currently one loan, still they are giving this loan now under CGT SME. 1 to 5 crore rupees you can get without any collateral.
And
a lot of banks are doing it, and we have supported many customers with this loan. And in a span about 30 days, we have disbursed loans 2 crore, 3 crore in CGT SME scheme.
That's great, but there would be certain requirements for it too, right?
Yeah, at least it should be a 3-year-old firm and should be profitable. And certain industries, I think it's not given to speculative industries, your construction, your share trading, all that, they may not give it. But if you're a manufacturer, you're trading, your service industry, you're in a good business which is growing, it is available, and loans are getting disbursed in a big way.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Any other schemes that are available for the MSMEs out there?
So one thing is, yes, CGTSME is the biggest scheme that is there in the country. There are other schemes like Startup India. There are so many other schemes, but we as a distribution space, we focus more on CGTSME scheme. But otherwise, a lot of subsidies available today for MSMEs. Suppose, I think if you're hiring say 10, 15, 50 more employees, your PF, a certain part of the PF can be reimbursed by the government. That's one such scheme available in the country today. Likewise, even for if you're buying a machinery, the interest cost can be subsidized. So likewise, there are many such schemes, and we have a lot of partners who are arranging the same. So we introduce them to them so that they get that facility.
That's great. That's great. Any other message that you would like to give our viewers out here?
I think if you're growing, and you can explore unsecured business loan as an option, and you should keep doing your loan audit, keep checking, because you should never pay 0.5 or 1% more than the market rate today. Suppose if the market is available at 9, you should get at 9. it should be at par with any other banks or NBFC providing today. I think that should be, because money saved is money earned. So it will help you. Suppose you're showing, say, 2 crore profit in a year, and if you can save another 20 lakh rupees interest cost, it will become 2.2 crore, right? So that, and with that, your working capital limit also will go up because your turnover has gone up, your profit has gone up. You'll get more limits from the banks and NBFCs if your profitability has gone up. So actually, that's why you should look at interest cost very periodically.
Okay. And so there are times, this used to happen back in the days, like very in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s. People used to not approach to banks.
Yeah.
They would go to money lenders and they would, pay a higher rate of interest. Does that still exist? Does that, I mean, I know it does, but then is that beneficial? Because so many people think that maybe going to a bank would not be a good idea. I know this person, might as well take loan from this person. So what would you like to tell people like those?
I think if you want to build a large, sustainable business, a bank is the way to go. Sometimes even NBFCs, because you'll end up creating your own track of how you take loan and how you are paying back. You're creating a record of yours. So tomorrow, if you want to build a 100 crore company, 200 crore company, you want 20 crore, 30 crore loan, if your track is good in the past, the new bank will take a risk on you because they think that in the past you have taken loan and you paid on time.
Correct.
That history plays a large role while taking bigger loans in the future. And if you want to scale, say, 1,000 crore, 2,000 crore company, you can't put all your own money into the business.
Yeah.
You can't take such a risk. So banks are here to partner you in your risk as long as your business model is good. So ask me, you should explore credit options and you should pay on time. So you should be mindful about your credit scoring.
Right.
And there are now credit scores available for personal as well as for company. One should keep checking both personal score as well as company score. Both
Right.
should be good. And if there's any mistakes in that, you should inform the bank or the bureau saying that here this is not the right what is reported is wrong here, so they can rectify that too.
That's great. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing that knowledge.
Yes.
So, what about if somebody has taken a loan from you already and then they start something new? So, how do you play around with that? Because, somebody like they take loan asking for one specific company. I know it's not ethical and it's not right to be, using that elsewhere. But if somebody does that, has a case like that ever happened with your company?
Yeah, one or two few cases happens in a month or in a year. Not all businesses fail. Sometimes they have made their money. So even if it goes wrong, he has enough capital and he has enough assets to cover that.
Right.
So it's not that people who do multiple businesses fail, or even if they fail, they will make good those amounts by selling their assets at times. So it's not that when he's starting one more business, he thinks that even that business can do well, right? And there's an awareness in the country today about the credit score. He knows that
Yes.
if it defaults, tomorrow he can't expand his business at all. He will not get money from any lenders because he has defaulted.
Correct.
So that awareness is there. So they are very mindful about the fact that his credit score can go for a toss, and they are very careful.
That's interesting.
At least in MSME space, at least the customer that we are serving, I don't see major challenge there.
I see. So it's good to know that like things have been working great for you. But is there any one specific client that you remember who's been one of your favorite clients and that story has been really inspiring to you?
I think there are maybe hundreds of customers like that. There's one recent customer took unsecured business loan from us, say 2 crore, and he could make at least 8 crore profit after taking 2 crore unsecured business loan from few banks from us. So now he has become a permanent customer. He took an office for 6 crore. He took a commercial purchase loan from us. Like that, we have many customers who have taken at least 8 to 10 loans in the last, say, 8 to 10 years. So
Right.
for different needs, they'll come back to us. One, it can be for unsecured business loan, sometimes for loaning his property, sometimes personal concern for their home loans. They may be building a second home, sometimes overdraft facility, CC facility, one more project loan, or sometimes bill discounting. Likewise, they have different needs, and each company has say 2 3 partners or 2 3 directors, so all of them end up becoming our customers.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Sometimes even their employees end up taking personal loans and home loans from us.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So tell me one thing, when you talk about these companies and their employees also coming to you, so how is it that so of course I understand that you are helping people with the loans and everything, but how is it that you play a different role in the life of an MSME and in the life of a personal, like a personal loan, or like a single person coming to you for understanding the loans bit and to gain loans? So how do you work around with that?
Actually, if you ask me, no, we are in a space. It is too good to be true.
That's true.
People may not know. I actually, it is it will be surprising for me if somebody is not going to work with Rupeeboss. I'll tell you why. Let's assume that you're an MSME. You need a loan. Now you may go to 1 or 2 banks. You don't have time, right? You have to run your business.
Right.
Now, how do you know that 1 or 2 is the good for you? You are going to compare those two, right?
Yeah.
I have 100 plus banks, NBFCs. I know who is good for rate of interest. I know who is good for maximum loan amount. I know who is good for maximum loan to value. I know who is good for turnaround time. I know who is good for all the other charges. I know who is good over a period of time for your industry. There are many things which you have to understand, because it's like marriage, right? You have to have the right lender for you who can support you for a growth.
Yeah.
So my proposition, I will study your papers. I'll suggest a bank or NBFC for you, so that which can help, so support you, and I'll do all of this 90% of the time free of cost, no charges.
Oh, wow.
Mine is doorstep service. Our RMs are, say, in terms of experience wise, from say 2 years to 20 years.
Lovely.
Such kind of an experienced relationship manager available to you on a phone call for rest of your business career, free of cost. Anytime you can call him as if you have employed him.
Oh, okay.
And you are not paying salary to him. And that is the Rupeeboss proposition today. Doorstep service free of cost, 100 plus bank, from one say 10 lakh rupees loan to 100 crore rupees loan, and anywhere in the country.
That's nice. That's great. It's so nice to even hear this, because there's so many people who don't really provide the kind of services you are doing. They'll just be like people run for money, and this is very unique that you're helping people to help them help you. So it's a two-way process. So that's a good thing,
right.
I would say. But in all of this, it's so, I mean, the whole thing that you've been telling me about your business model and how you've been doing things. How was Rupeeboss formed? And why did you come from this specific sector, but why Rupeeboss?
Okay, actually, if you ask me, yes, I always wanted to have my own firm and expand nationally. There's a group by the name Landmark Group. They had a business which is into automobile showroom, which is the only listed entity in the country today. They have one more company by the name PolicyBoss.com. So after forming PolicyBoss, after a few years into business, they wanted to start Rupeeboss too. So they even took that domain name, they kept it ready to start this business. But they wanted someone who can set it up entirely, and so that they can focus on their insurance business. And that's how they approached me, saying that, can you please come and set up Rupeeboss for us? So that's how I ended up starting with about 100 people team, then scale it up to about 350 people there.
Wow.
And unfortunately, after a few years into the business, they have their own investors, private equity in the firm. They wanted to focus on their automobile business and insurance business, and they wanted to exit all other businesses so that they can become market leader in those businesses, which they are now. In automobile space, they are the market leader. In insurance, PolicyBoss is on its way to become the market leader there.
Right.
So they wanted to exit. Then what I did is I introduced one more set of investors who bought their majority stake. Even today, PolicyBoss still has 10% stake in Rupeeboss. They are a minority stakeholder even today. So we work closely with them too now.
Lovely.
So they help us, they guide us in managing this business too. So now the Triveni Macfield Limited is a new firm. So they are majority holder in Rupeeboss now. Even I own 25% stake in the company now. So that's how we are managing the business.
That's great. That's great. So how How was that feeling, when you were asked to come and first, take care of Rupeeboss? How was that feeling for you? How did you, when somebody, an opportunity comes at your door, knocking at your door, many people look at it, some people don't take it up, some people take it up and then make wonders happen. So, how was that very feeling for you?
I think it was the biggest risk which I took in my life because I was doing well in wherever I was in a company called Andromeda, which is India's largest distribution house for loans today. And I had a boss, Mr. V. Swaminathan there. I think he's a great boss one can work for. And I went and told him I got the opportunity, so I would like to go. So he said no. He tried to convince me for about a month's time or so. But then I told him that, sir, I've only spent about say 25, 20 plus years. Now, if I don't do it now, at least I may end up retiring here. So let me
Right.
take that risk. Anyway, if something goes wrong, I can always come back to you. He is very clear. Even after starting Rupeeboss, he would call me and saying that if there's a problem, come back.
How
Right.
sweet.
Even today, if I want to come back, that house is open for me. Right.
Right.
So idea of having our own team and making difference in that MSME space was dear to me because we all make money, and while making money, if we can be of say help to your country in building certain businesses with our effort, it's not that if we don't do it, come this country won't grow. Not of that
Yeah.
high thing, but yes, you can do your bit.
Right.
Right. As I said, when we help MSMEs with the right lender, maximum loan amount at affordable cost, and with the minimum turnaround time, if you can manage it with a lot of choices, if you can give to the customer, to MSMEs, when they grow, what happens is, if you ask me, this in India's biggest challenge is unemployment, right?
Yeah.
There are about 6 crore plus MSMEs. They employ about say 12 crore people are employed there, and large corporates can't employ too many employees because they are answerable to the market.
Yeah.
So they will downsize if there's a problem there, right? So there's a limit to number of people they can absorb. But MSMEs, even if they add few people more, another 7-8 crore people can get added to formal employment. So, but if we give them loan, if the 20 crore company becomes 30 crore, then they may end up adding 10 more people or 20 more people in their company. So whenever we give a right amount of loans, the company grows, they'll end up hiring more people. So the job that we have, that we do, has a lot of meaning.
True.
We can see it happening because MSME had 2 offices, now he has say 5 offices. He was having 20 crore turnover, he's now doing 40 crore turnover. So, and he's expanding across the country. Some are expanding internationally.
Right.
We can see, and some of that being listed. And when you see that the MSME that we are working with has become a large company, you feel good.
That's
So,
true.
and sometimes those MSMEs do, even you can go and watch it on our Instagram channel and YouTube channel, how Rupeeboss helped them to scale. They have given testimonial
Lovely.
in the way we help them to secure that loan and how they've grown their businesses. I think it's a good feeling.
So, talking about your YouTube channel where there are these testimonials, could you tell our viewers by what name can they look you up on YouTube or any other platform that you are there?
It's rupeeboss.com is the domain, and all this Instagram everywhere it's in Rupeeboss name. And what we also did is we started our own platform for MSMEs with the name MSME Bharat Manch.
Right.
So what we thought is, suppose if I do a lot of online marketing and everything, so we don't get a right set of customers for us. Sometimes people who are not eligible for loan at all, they may end up coming to us, and that was a challenge. Then we thought, how can our customers are MSMEs with say 50 lakh turnover to say 250 crore turnover. Now, if we want to build a community of those MSMEs to us, we thought, what can be done? We thought the only way to do is if we can help them scale in their businesses apart from loans. If we can be of help in any way, then they'll get associated with us. Then we thought of starting this platform MSME Bharat Manch. What we did there is we understood that what is the pain point of an MSME. So for him, good CFO is a pain point. and but they can't afford few lakh rupees monthly to them.
True.
Can they get somebody at 50,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees? So next is HR practices. Then subsidy schemes available from state and central governments. Which are the subsidies available and how to avail them. That's a pain point which we wanted to address. And technology, right? And mentoring and training. Since we are in the space for the last say 25 plus years, we know a lot of good people in this space.
Correct.
CFO services, subsidy services, HR services, technology services, right? Marketing, digital marketing, all that. So we got all of them as solution provider at one side of the platform. Other side, all these MSMEs, so that we can onboard these MSMEs and we can onboard the solution providers and we do the matchmaking.
Right.
Right, depending on their need, their amount of money that they have, they can afford to spend. Accordingly, we do the matchmaking and give their services. So in fact, we have arranged CFO services for two companies, and one of them came back to me saying that you did the right thing today. If my company is going the right direction, scaling big time, it is because of the CFO which you referred.
Lovely.
Now he's feeling good. Now he ended up referring two more clients of his to me. In fact, I'm meeting somebody tomorrow who is building India's largest, costliest villas in Lonavala.
Oh wow.
So I'm meeting the owner of that. In fact, he's June only it is launching, and Rupeeboss is going to be a financial partner there. And it happened because that friend liked me since I have referred him good CFO services. So when you help them, they'll help you back.
Of course, that's true.
Why we launched this MSME Bharat Manch. It's an interesting space there.
So I know you also have an app for MSME Bharat Manch. I have downloaded that too. Would you like to tell our viewers a little about that?
Yeah. So you can, if they're on iOS and Android both, you can download that app. It has all the services available for MSMEs to scale. So we can do the hand holding, we can get you the right solution provider who is affordable, who is good in their industry, because we have met them in person. They come to our office sometimes, we go to their offices. So we know that they are doing a good job in the marketplace and they are affordable. And in the future, we are going to even do a marketplace where we will ensure that we do a lot of events. So we can call all these MSMEs and make them meet these solution providers in person. So that, and you can also meet fellow MSME owners and you can learn from them. And all this we are not doing trying to make money out of this business. It is more of our way of giving it back, because we want these more and more MSMEs to come and work with Rupeeboss. So the idea is very clear. I'm not saying that it is complete charity. No. Yes, in MSME Bharat Manch, it is not about making money. So that it's about attracting clients to Rupeeboss. Because if I do a good job on MSME Bharat Manch, after seeing the good work that we are doing, people will come to Rupeeboss for doing business for loans. So please do download MSME Bharat Manch today and understand the way we help MSME to scale.
That's amazing. It's really nice. And thank you for sharing that with our viewers. I'm sure it is going to help quite a few people, because I myself have downloaded that app and I go across seeing different things that are coming up on that app. So it's really useful, and it's also a lot of knowledge sharing, I would say. Not just being useful, but also being a lot of knowledge sharing on that app. Now you talk about having different vendors for for CFOs and all of these, and for your MSMEs. How did you join hands with these people?
As I told you, we are in the business for the last 25 years. So we attend a lot of events, and we had our own 12 events already in partnership with the different players, right? So we end up meeting those. So when we meet them, we know who's good, who's bad, who's okay, who's costly, and who's of good quality, right? And when you meet them multiple times, you understand them as a person. So then whoever is good, we are onboarding them on our platform.
Right, that's lovely.
Yeah.
So any departing message that you'd like to give our viewers?
This is my favorite. I think India is in growing phase, and I think this country will grow when MSMEs grow. I think MSMEs should take bigger risks, calculated risk, and go for expansion, go for collaboration with fellow MSMEs and or other big corporates, and always looking for scale, because I think there's only one thing which is constant in life is change, and if you're not changing, and if you're not changing fast enough, we all will perish. So I think even for that matter, whether it's Reliance or Adani or Infosys, anybody, if they are not growing, then it will be a challenge for sustaining itself, right? Even now, even Facebook and Google are struggling for growth, right? So I think all of us need to find a way to grow at least by 10 to 20%, maybe 30% year on year, and that should be so that it will help even the employees, even because when our employees see us growing, they will think of growing with us, and a lot of new talent will come and join us. So I think look at growth, look at market expansion, look at adding more people, adding more offices, adding more products, and become a listed entity in the coming few years.
Great. Thank you so much for that specific message. And I really loved how you said that, if you grow, we grow. So that is one thing that's really, and change is the only constant. That is another thing I really like. Not many people understand that concept, but it is true and it really holds a lot of value. So thank you once again so much for being on my show today. It was a pleasure talking to you and knowing your journey and how Rupeeboss was formed, and also about MSME Bharat Manch. Thanks for sharing that with our viewers. So this was all about Mr. P. N. Shetty. If there is any specific thing that you would like to know about Rupeeboss, like we mentioned to you earlier, you can always go onto their website and check it. Also download the MSME Bharat Manch app, wherein you get to see a lot many new things and also a lot of knowledge happening over there. If there's anything specific that you would like to know, please put it in the comment section below. And if you are a first time viewer to our channel, please do not forget to click on that subscribe button and also on the bell icon next to it so that you get notified each time that a new story is uploaded. I like to bring such inspiring stories to you wherein you get to see the journey of an entrepreneur about how he started and where he made his company reach where it is today. So if you are somebody who likes to get into their own businesses and want to make it grow bigger, you should definitely follow this channel. And in case if you are somebody who is a returning viewer to my channel, thank you so much for being here with me. Until I see you next, keep smiling, keep shining.